to make it so that the starting pitching doesn't feel like they have to be perfect. I mean, even 5 runs would be like, a torrential downpour of offense the way things have been. If you give any of these pitchers 5 runs at this point, 90% of the time, these Indian starters are going to win the game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, you talk about being a part of next year. Not only that, but I think, we talk about all of these guys coming in and competing for 5 spots next year. I don't think that's the case because I think a couple of them end up being packaged to get some offense in here. Absolutely. I definitely think a guy like McAllister showing what he did last night, if you decide that he's not one of the guys, or if there's good value, I could see him being, any of those young pitchers, being an integral piece in a trade that brings you a bat in here that kind of balances you out offensively, because it does appear that they've got the depth of young pitching that you could sprinkle in a veteran or two to the youth that you've got, and you may have the strength to trade out a guy or two and bring in some valuable offense in the offseason. So don't look past that one either. But I agree, one way or the other, that's another guy in that pile of those young pitchers that we've talked about that are going to be a part of that rotation next year, whatever grouping of it is. And speaking of, we'll see a bunch of those here in this series. You got Kluber tonight, Carrasco tomorrow, Danny Salazar wrapping things up there on Thursday before you head to Minnesota. But we can't do that. I don't even care who's pitching tomorrow. All that matters from here until the final game of the season is who's pitching tonight and how do you get one more run than the other team. Tonight it's the Astros, Corey Kluber pitching. If he does what Corey Kluber does, hopefully you'll only need 1 run to win tonight's game. And that may be needed the way the offense has been playing, man.
Yeah, it'll probably be Brantley driving in that 1 run.
There you go.
He definitely needs a little bit more help.
Brantley can drive in 1 run, and Kluber can give up none, and we know that we can at least take care of this one,
That's right. Case closed.
Jeff Gorman, man, it's where they've got us. This is where they've got us here. They've got us doing what ifs and hypotheticals, and if 3 people slip and fall, if 2 people die in the plane crash and 1 person in the pear tree, I become the president of the United States. You know what I mean? And that's where the Indians have got us, my man.
It makes perfect sense in a totally Rube Goldberg type of way.
Yes, I do, LG. Destiny. I never did classify what that destiny was. Like Mike Brandenberry used to always text me, yeah, destiny means 4 games back at the end of the season and an 87 victory season. I said, okay, well, we have different definitions of destiny. But hey, look, man, like I said, let's have some fun. Enjoy it down the stretch. It's up to the Indians to make it fun for us and for them. They win a few games here. As long, I know for those of you that want to give up, unfortunately the schedule won't let you because of the placement of that Kansas City series, because that is the difference maker. Other than that, this thing is over, wrapped up, cut and dry. The fact that you can gain 4 games on the team that's in front of you by 6, that's a difference maker. But I mean, that's the only thing that makes this different. Otherwise, okay, now we're just sitting here going, well, we might as well just scratch off a lottery ticket and see if we win $1 million. But that's the difference maker, when you have the team in front of you and you have enough games in there to make up a deficit, and that's where they're at. So
right. It's just very tantalizing, just enough to show you that it's still possible. You don't want to be that fan who jumps off the bandwagon too soon and you miss something great.
Well, that's one way to look at it. I'm just hanging on for dear life, baby. Kluber, go out there, buy me 1 more day. That's all I need. Buy yourselves and buy me 1 more day so we can come out here, do this again the next day. All right. Jeff Gorman, my man, enjoy the rest of the Indians and the Astros series, and we'll get back together at the end of the week. We'll talk some Browns, and then we'll be here next week. I guess we'll know. There's no more question. We'll know by next week. Like, all joking aside, what's up with the Indians. So a lot to go between now and then, but we can't look ahead. We just got to win tonight, and then look at tomorrow.
That's right. 1 step at a time. And I think, like you said, next week when we talk, we'll either know that we're in it or we'll know that we're out of it.
Jeff Gorman. Jeff Gorman from Indians101.com. You guys can check him out. Tweet with them on Twitter at Indians_101. 101. That's right. You wanted meaningful games in September. Even after a 4-game losing streak, the games are still somewhat meaningful late into the month of September. That's all you could ask for. Well, I could ask for a little bit more, a little bit more offense. Okay. I'm not going to get giddy. I'm happy. We'll talk about it. Go Kluber. Indians got to win tonight. Jeff, have a good one. We'll catch up at the end of the week and talk some Browns.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Jared. Have a good one.
All right. My man, Jeff Gorman, always with us on Tuesdays, talking Tribe. And you see where they got us. Dazed and confused, baby. Let's see what they can do. Corey Kluber takes the mound tonight. Just need the 15. Oh, well, that one's not possible anymore. Just need the 14. Oh, well, okay. Well, we just need to win whatever games are left. We need the old 13-game winning streak. There we go. We'll talk more about that. Go for it, Corey Kluber. Go for it tonight, my man. That's all I can say. We're going to take a break, get you the news, and we're going to go for it, baby, with Dr. Football in the house, Bill Chachkes. Always with us on Tuesdays. We'll talk about the latest developments with Adrian Peterson. More things come out this morning. We'll talk about that. Will the Vikings change their mind here as they're starting to get some corporate pressure on their sponsorships? We'll talk about the Browns and the Saints, what Dr. Football took away from that and all the Week 2 action. And we'll look ahead to the Ravens with Dr. Football. Bill Chachkes coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more Sports Fix to come after the news.
The Sports Fix, your choice for intelligent talk.
I'm expecting a very important delivery at the house, so could you please call me if it arrives? I'll give you my cell number. 401-555-1125.
440.
No, I was just repeating the 4. 1-4.
14.
Intelligent talk.
Okay, 1125.
1125. 155.
I'm not giving you quantities of the numbers. I'm giving you the numbers. 1125. Those are the last 4 numbers.
Oh, I see. 1125.
Yes. All right. Now read the number back to me.
Let me get my pen.
The Sports Fix will be right back.
Hi, this is Joe Tate, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Business owners and professionals, do you want to take your business, your product, your team, your event to the next level? You want to advertise right here with the Sports Fix. Our listeners are among the most loyal listeners, terrestrial or internet. The Sports Fix universe is not only the radio show, but tens of thousands of fans on Facebook and Twitter. Email me, Jerry Myers, thesportsfix@AOL.com. That's thesportsfix@AOL.com. And let me help you swing for the fences and hit it out of the park right here on the Sports Fix. Whether it's an oil change or a new set of tires, Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck has you covered for your automotive car care needs. They're your neighborhood quick service experts. They also offer a low price tire guarantee. Choose from 13 brands, and if you find the same tires at a lower price within 30 days, Quick Lane at Valley Ford will refund the difference. They're open late Monday through Thursday until 9 p.m. and open early Saturday so you can check it off your to-do list and get on with your day. They also have a newly remodeled just for Quick Lane oil changes. Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck is located at 5715 Canal Road, right under the 480 Bridge in Valley View, just down the road from Independence. 5715 Canal Road, right under the 480 Bridge in Valley View, just down the road from Independence. Come see why life is better in the Quick Lane. quicklane.com/Valley Ford Truck. That's quicklane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Harry Buffalo. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
News break.
6 minutes left in the third. They trailed by 14. In other words, the Eagles had the Colts right where they wanted them. In Monday Night Football, Philadelphia scored 10 points in the final 3:25 to win in Indianapolis 30-27. The Eagles becoming the first team in NFL history to trail by at least 14 in the second half and win in each of the first 2 games. Darren Sproles ran for a touchdown and caught 7 passes for 152 yards for Coach Chip Kelly's Eagles.
He's just a special player. And when the first day we had him, it was how many different ways can we find ways to get him the football. But he is just a dynamic football player, and we're really excited. He can run it. He can catch it. I mean, he can do it all. He really came up huge for us tonight.
Vikings running back Adrian Peterson, already indicted and charged with striking, facing a new accusation. In text messages obtained by KHOU, Peterson acknowledged that another son suffered a head injury while being disciplined by Peterson when that boy was 4. Much more in the Peterson case when ESPNW presents a 2-hour special on the state of the NFL tonight at 9 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Right now at Buffalo Wild Wings, there are 3 ways to win it all. Our Brock Burger, cheesy spinach artichoke chicken flatbread, and our wings hand-spun in our limited-time spicy and savory Korean barbecue sauce. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix, live across the Sports Fix Radio Network, getting ready to burst through into Hour 2. J-Rock back with you guys as we roll on here, and thank you so much for being with us. Phone lines aren't open. When they are, give us a call, 216-539-7535. For now, because we're going to talk to Dr. Football on the phones, you talk to us on social media, facebook.com/thesportsfix. Tweet with us at the Sports Fix CLE, all one word. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com. Speaking of Twitter, I saw somebody responded to my tweet earlier this morning. Derek on the NFL Network, over-under on how long it takes Brian Hoyer, because he's being interviewed tonight on Total Access. That alone says something right there, but they reached out to him. But I said, how long is the over-under before they ask him a question about Johnny Manziel? Derek said, under 3 questions or 2 minutes, depending on how long it takes to answer the first question. I'm with you. I think the first question is going to have the word Manziel in it from the get-go, man. The national media only interviews Brian Hoyer to find out what he thinks about Johnny Manziel, I'm telling you. But and slowly that will change. Slowly that will change. And I agree. I see in the chat room, I had made the comment that Brian Hoyer, in my opinion, I said this on the show yesterday, head and shoulders easy already within a small 5-game sample, the best quarterback, actual quarterback that the Browns have had since they came back in 1999. Easy. I mean, you can't even argue that one. I know somebody will. Somebody will tell me Jason Campbell or Jeff Garcia or what. I will say that I thought Tim Couch had some potential had he landed on a team that wouldn't have killed him, but he died a slow, painful death, so we'll never even know. But the fact that it's pathetic that he's like the leading winning percentage quarterback since we came back. And I saw a Browns fan for life there in the chat room basically made a comment that echoes that it's sad. And it is sad that just that sentence that we're talking about somebody being the best since they came back, not as a disrespect to Hoyer, but as a disrespect to the guys that have come along, whether you talk about the quarterback, the coaches that have had them and the way they've used them, whatever. But I mean, there's a difference. And I think even well, I wouldn't say that because there's still a few stubborn people out there. But slowly but surely, people are seeing that whether you like the arm, whether you like the accuracy, whether you like things that happen in the second quarter, in the third quarter, and you don't like a drive here or you don't like a play there, there's something intangible about Brian Hoyer. And it's difficult to put into terms because you do look at all those variables. You look at all of those measurables when you're evaluating quarterbacks, man. But, at the end of the day, all I'm saying is he gets cats to play a little bit better. He gets them to believe a little bit more. And for some reason, when he gathers them together in the huddle or on the sideline, they believe that what he's telling them. That's what I'm saying, and that's a quarterback. That's a leader is what that is. We could be out on the battlefield, and I never like to compare. I'm not in any way comparing sports. What I'm saying is when you're on the battlefield, you look for a leader. You look for a general. That's what I'm saying is that he has that intangible, that leadership. Now, where he goes with it, what the ceiling of it is, I guess we're going to find out here this season and perhaps beyond, depending on what happens there. But that's where I'm at with him. Less than I had somebody hit me up today and send me